homosexual pride rally. And then Dwayne Wade has been dressing feminine ever since he came into the NBA. So you got a feminine father, and who knows what that boy has been subjected to. But I do know one thing. I do know the Christian church approves of that behavior, and that is to blame to most. Because maybe if Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union knew that homosexuality is a sin, and on top of homosexuality being a sin, how can a child, a 12-year-old boy, come to his parents and say, hey, I identify as a woman. I want to transition to being a woman. I like men. What child is capable of making a decision like that? And maybe if they knew on how wicked it was, maybe you wouldn't do it. Maybe if you knew the law wasn't done away with, that the law is still in effect, that Christ didn't come and do away with it, that homosexuality is a sin, that you should not be doing this. But as I said, I blame that wicked Christian church, man. Dwayne Wade has failed as a father. Gabrielle Union has failed as a mother. They are failing that child. And the Christian church has failed them, and the Christian church has failed Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. If I could, sir, can I get the book of Leviticus chapter 18 and verse 22? Maybe if they read this scripture, their son wouldn't want to transition. And if I could, sir, because you imagine, you have children. Most of us do. I don't have children. I have a lot of nieces and nephews, but I can only imagine your child came to you, a baby, and said, hey, Dad, I think I like men. I'm going to transition to being a woman. Like, Right. Like, if you don't get out of here with that nonsense, man. If you don't get the salaki, if I could, sir. You got the scripture?
God. Leviticus chapter 18, verse 2.
22, sir. Salaki.
Verse 22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind.
Read that again, sir.
Thou shalt not lie with mankind.
It says, thou shalt not lie with mankind. Thou shalt not lie with mankind, Dwayne Wade.
Right.
Thou shalt not lie with mankind, Zion. I'm not going to call him by the name he wants to be called. And then how about that? His son's name is Zion. Zion. To the holy city in Jerusalem.
Right.
And you want to sleep with men. Maybe if he read this, thou shalt not lie with mankind, read on.
As with womankind, it is an abomination.
It is what?
It is an abomination.
It is an abomination, Dwayne Wade. It is an abomination, Gabrielle Union. Little Zion, it is an abomination for you wanting to lay with a man. Maybe if your pastor would have showed you this, you wouldn't think that way. But who knows? Look at how Dwayne Wade acts. We got to look at his father. We all talk about how wicked Gabrielle Union is, and she is, and at the same time, she's a rape victim. And she is a perfect example on why men and women, if you're a Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian, you are a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man or woman, you need to come and join the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, man. Right. We're the only ones who can fix the problems in our communities. Maybe if Gabrielle would have got counsel from the school and joined the UPK, she wouldn't be this wicked harlot that she is right now. Right. We're the only ones authorized to teach this Bible and the only ones authorized to counsel and fix our men and women. We're the only ones that can do this. Your Christian church can't do that. The Christian church didn't fix Gabrielle. Look how wicked she is today. The Christian church can't fix Wade. Look how wicked Wade is today. You can tell by the way the man dressed. The man dressed like a woman. You got brothers and sisters that address them when they come out as a couple. They be like, well, goddamn, this is Gabrielle Union and her wife, Dwayne Wade. Shalom, Lord Christ, sir. You want the class right now? You want to Come. That's how they address it. But maybe if they would have read this, thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind, it is an abomination. It is an abomination for your child to want to lay with another man. He's a child. I'm paraphrasing. If you train a child up right, you have to train these children up right. That's why it's essential you got to come into this body and come into this truth, man. Maybe, just maybe, And it's a shame because they're not the only ones that think this way. I'm also paraphrasing, we have children and our children rule over us. You can't have your child step to you and say, you know what, Dad, I understand I was born a man, but ever since, what was the age they said, Officer Why? Wade said that his son knew that he was a girl by the age of 3. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, by the age of 3.
By the age of 3. You know what I got from that when he said that? You've been molesting that boy since he was 3.
Right.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Nobody want to ask that question. And then if you was to ask Zion, how did you know? How did you know that you like men? You know what he'll probably tell you? I've always liked men. I was what? Born this way.
Right.
And that's wicked in itself. You can't be born homosexual, man. That's a wicked, evil spirit that's on you, man. But maybe if they knew, maybe if they passed the showed them in Leviticus 18 and 22, that thou should not lie with mankind as with womankind, it is an abomination, maybe things would be different. Maybe this boy, I know for a fact he wouldn't want to lay with other men and boys, man. I know that for a fact. And if I could, sir, let me get the book of Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 13. We're about to reiterate it again. It's not the only place where it was found. Maybe, like I said, it's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, start out of 1 West 125th Street. We have 41 Garrett Road. And if I could, they stomping their feet right now. The pastor molested somebody's child or wife right now as I'm teaching. This is why it's essential to come back into this body. You think they're going into the Bible tonight? Do you really think they're going to go into these scriptures? Go ahead, sir.
Not with that music banging.
Not with that music. They banging the tambourine. Right. Somebody grandma catching the Holy Spirit. They're not going to read Leviticus 20. They're not going to read Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 13. They're not going to read Leviticus chapter 18 and verse 22. Right. All they're going to do is read John 3:16. They don't have the proper understanding of it. Stomp their feet, send the offering plate around, and say hallelujah. You gotta say hallelujah, Officer Why. It just ain't holy. You got that for me, sir?
God. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13.
Great.
If a man also lie with mankind, as he lies with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination.
One of them have committed an abomination?
Both of them have committed an abomination.
It says both of them have committed an abomination. Both of you. Man, you can't lie with man. Woman, you can't lie with woman. It is an abomination according to the Most High. And these laws are still in effect. I'm paraphrasing Baruch chapter 4, verse 1. This law is going to endure forever. Right. Those that keep it shall come to life. You gain life when you keep these commandments. You gain life when you're not being a wicked homosexual, a wicked sinner, a wicked whore. You can finish it. Okay. You gain life, but as such as leave it, you die. That's why we are the walking dead out here right now. We are spiritually dead because we want to be homosexuals. We want to be wicked sinners. We want to be in that Christian church. It says, if a man also lie with mankind as he lied with a woman, both of them have committed abomination. Read on, sir.
They shall surely be put to death.
They shall surely be put to death. Now, y'all lucky. You better thank them. You better say Barak Atah Yahweh Wa Yahweh Shah for our King Yahweh Shah Mashiach. I know him as Jesus Christ. We are not under the Levitical priesthood no more. We are under the priesthood of Melchizedek. Christ didn't come away and do with the law. He came to fulfill the law. But the punishment for this sin before Christ was death. Both of you be put to death. Right. For Dwayne Wade's son to do that in ancient times, during the time of the Levitical priest, you better believe them Levites to come see you, man, and put you to death. This is why it's essential, and this is why we say it's nothing that it's not just that we say it, on why the Christian church is so wicked, because they don't understand grace. The grace period that we have, that our King Yahweh Shah Mashiach gave us, is for us to get ourselves together. For you to stop being a wicked sinner, for you to stop being a whore, to stop being a thief, a murderer, stop being a homosexual, Zion Wade. Stop being a homosexual. Right. Read on.
Their blood shall be upon them.
Their blood shall be upon them. But thanks to Christ, Christ shed their blood so we can have a chance to come back to the Most High. But they don't understand that. They say we all fall short. Nah. It's up to you, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, and woman, to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments and have faith in our King Yahweh Shah Mashiach. And with that being said, I'm going to pass the class over to Priest and Officer Daniel.
Most High Christ.
So,
Go on. You was touching on what I was going to go into today. Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade, man, listen, that is something that needs to be talked about.
right.
It's a lot of kids that look up to Dwayne Wade. You know, it's a lot of kids that want to be like Wade, that follow after Wade. It's like when somebody could. It's a lot of kids that want to be like Dwayne Wade, look up to him. Imagine how many kids is gonna come out as being a homosexual to be accepted by Dwayne Wade, even if they ain't a homosexual. Right. Just the influence he got, the things he do for his neighborhood, how he taking his career after his retirement. He's pushing something which is dangerous because he's pushing it on kids. That's exactly what he's doing. He's pushing it on kids. And like what Officer Yediah was saying, like how can a 3-year-old tells you what his gender is? Right. Like that is impossible. Like when you're 3 years old, you're not even in a stage where your brain is fully developed where you can remember stuff. And it's a lot of stuff you don't know. You don't know how to spell your name. Right. You don't know your ABCs. Don't know how to tie your shoes. Don't know how to wash your own ass. You still gotta eat you still gotta eat you still gotta eat with bibs on sometimes. Right. Not necessarily bibs, but everything. You still gotta get told not to play in dirt. It's so many things that you go through at a 3-year-old. You cannot tell me that this 3-year-old said, Dad, I identify myself as a woman. That's not what happens. What happens is, in most cases, when just like I said, from the priest and prophet of the Lord, when that boy get old enough, I have a strong feeling he's going to do a tell-it-all book. He's going to expose somebody. Right. Because that whole situation, how it played out, he's going to expose somebody. Right. Like, for a 3-year-old to say that only had to mean one thing. Somebody was molesting that boy and was telling him the reason they molesting him is because he's really a girl, and made that boy believe he's a girl. Even when you listening to Dwayne Wade interviews, it's something about him that just don't sit right with me when he talk about that situation. Right. It seems like he's protecting somebody. And it seems like he'd rather protect someone. So in the way he do that is he's going to further push his son to, okay, hey, you think you're a girl? Instead of finding out who got him feeling like that, he's just going to embrace it. It could be daycare. Listen, brothers who have kids know. Kids just see their own private parts and they still get amazed at their hands and their private parts and everything. Like, so they see their private part and they don't say, oh, this is a penis. I wonder, I'm going to put it here and I know it's going to feel good. They do stuff that they've been exposed to when they're that young. Your 3-year-old comes to you talking that, man, you're supposed to be like, yo, who told you that about homosexuality? Why are you saying that you want to be a girl? Who told you the difference from being you got to teach your kids the difference at that age. No, you can't go in that bathroom because that's for ladies, kids still asking crazy questions like, kids say crazy things like mommy pee out her butt. Like they know, like they say little crazy things like that at their age because they don't know.
Right.
So they see it and then they say it based off of what they see. It just sounds crazy. Right. So for a 3-year-old to say that, it don't make you raise no questions like, who exposed you to that? How you know about that? Right. Like when your kid come to you at a very young age talking about sex, you be like, who the hell told you about that? What you mean? Kids come to you and ask you where kids come from because they hear somebody talking about pregnancy and stuff and how kids get here. So they like, well, I'm gonna go ask my mom and dad about where kids come from. So it just seems like he's embracing him being his girl because one day when that boy find out the truth, what happened to him was wrong, then he's going to say something. And, you know, he's going to come on and say something. It just seems like that whole thing over there, they hiding something. Like the way Dwayne Wade life played out, the shit that he been through, that just sound crazy. Like, and his son 12, and like, first of all, he got a son that's a basketball player who is nice. Like, his son is nice. And he do not promote his son career as much as he doing promoting this little homosexual. Like, he's pushing his homosexual son who ain't doing nothing. He ain't got nothing going on. Nothing going on. He's more focused on pushing him versus helping his son out. Like, nobody don't know a goddamn thing about his son. And then it's weird that a lot of athletes distance themselves around from him. Like, I don't see a lot of the people like Carmelo's and LeBron James and Chris Paul's, I don't see them around him as much. And it's like a lot of stuff is starting to be funny. Like something happened to where as though niggas ain't saying nothing about it, of what they saw or what they know happened. And the fact that D Wade is pushing that shit, man, and then coming out and saying she leading us. She lead? How?
Right.
Okay, so if this little boy come to you and say, all right, Dad, you know I'm a homosexual, but I think I found someone and I think I'm in love. Dwayne Wade, he's saying he's sticking by his son no matter what. He know what love is and he's rocking for him and he know he wanted his gender change. So what you think Dwayne Wade would do if his 12-year-old son comes to him and like, listen, I'm in love and I think I found somebody, and it's a 32-year-old man? What he gonna say? Are you gonna advocate that? No, he's going to have a problem with that. He's going to think there's something wrong with that. Now, my question is, why would you have a problem with something like that when this is your leader? So obviously the decisions he's making is the right decisions. Right. He wanted to be a girl. He wanted his name changed. Y'all agreed. He don't want to be identified as a boy. Y'all agreed. He want to get a sex change. Y'all agreed. He want to wear nails and girl clothes. Y'all agreed. Will you agree if his first lover is a 32-year-old man and he's like 14? I want him to answer that, because if not, are you saying he's wrong about that to feel that way? And if he's wrong about that, why can't he be wrong about the other shit that he didn't came to you about saying he want to be? Right. Like, why can't he be wrong about being a girl or wearing nails? And D-Wade, he get his fingernails and all that painted too. He be sitting with his legs crossed and all. Like, it's something off about that boy, man. And it kind of hurt me a little because D-Wade was one of my favorite players, but he got kicked off that list when I seen that, man. Right. Like, nah, you don't do that, because you got 12-year-old boys out here that's gonna come out as homosexual that's not because D-Wade's son is. So now when they meet D-Wade, they're gonna say, hey, you opened the door for me to be who I really am. When in all actuality, they just want his approval. Right. Like, they just want his approval. Like, that's what kids do. They follow. They follow. And then it just was weird how he retired kind of early. Like, I know he had injuries and all that, but you got Vince Carter, who's been through the worst of the worst, and he's 22 years in. You retire after 14 years, and the last year you played was damn near, you had like a damn near great season.
Right.
Like you led the league in the bench and all that, and help your team win a playoff game. Like you was playing pretty good to just retire. Something is not sitting right, and now you want to be more of a family man. But my thing is, D Wade, if you so big on your family living their truth and laying it all out on the table, and no matter what, if that's what you feel as though is right, that's what you're going to stick with, then I just want to know something about this article that I got. You got that article that I sent you? Let me see. Read that article.
Dwayne Wade opens up about difficult time in relationship with Gabrielle Union. I had a child.
He opens up about difficult times that he had with Gabrielle Union with his wife. One point in time, they was going through a little hard, little bumps in the road everybody goes through. During this difficult time, Dwayne Wade did something. Read.
I had a child with someone else, and I had to tell him.
During that time, he had a child with someone else. And he knew, oh, damn, I'm going to have to tell her. I messed up. Read on.
Dwayne Wade seems to be an open book lately, even if it's difficult to reveal some chapters of his life. In a new ESPN documentary, D. Wade, Life Unexpected, the former NBA star speaks about challenging time in his life, telling his then girlfriend, Gabrielle Union, he fathered a child she didn't know about.
He fathered a child she didn't know about. Now, when this happened, things between them got worse. They already was falling out, already was taking a break from each other, taking time off, whatever the hell that is. They already was doing that. And then during that time, they didn't come to any agreement that they're not going to be together. It's just, hey, things are a little rough. Let's take some time off and separate. During that time, he gets somebody else pregnant. He get a whole nother girlfriend. Whole nother girlfriend didn't get her pregnant. And then say, damn, I gotta tell Gabrielle Union about this. Read on.
Wade and Union began dating in 2008, but the star fathered a child with someone else in 2013. Mm-hmm. When he and Union were on a break, I had a child with someone else, and I had to tell Gabrielle Union. Mm-hmm. Hardest thing I ever had to do is man up and tell Gabrielle Union that I've had a child with somebody else.
Not the hardest thing. And he just said this not too long ago. So the hardest thing you had to do is tell your woman that you got another baby. Why not tell your goddamn son that he's not a goddamn girl?
Right.
Like, I expect that to be harder than that. Right. Like, you ain't gonna tell your son that he's not a goddamn girl, but you scared to death to tell this woman that you got another baby on the way? You know she ain't going no goddamn where. Right. She ain't going nowhere when you tell her. Right. Like, where is she gonna go? And then the girl that he got pregnant is better than her anyway.
Right.
So she leave, you good. You Dwayne Wade. Right. I mean, you good if she walk. Got a baby, she bad. Like, come on, but this was the hardest thing. Read on.
I couldn't sleep. I wasn't eating.
This nigga couldn't sleep and this nigga was starving himself. Because he had a baby on the way, man.
Right.
Nigga in there starving himself, sitting on the couch, watching sad movies, eating ice cream and shit like a girl. Right, painting his toenails. Hey, read on.
When you hold something that you know is going to come out, and you have this information, and you're going to know it's going to F somebody's life up, that you care about, that you love, if it don't hurt you, and you're not human. Wade says it.
Say that again. This guy's crazy.
When you hold something in that you know is going to come out, and you have this information, and you know it's going to F somebody's life up, that you care about, that you love, if it don't hurt you, then you're not human.
It don't hurt you, but you still went and did it.
Right.
Knowing the outcome the possible outcome of all this. You still went and did it. Go ahead.
If I could, sir, I got a different take from him. He's saying that, holding this in, he said, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat. It was killing me that I had to tell Gabrielle that I had to tell her that I got another baby on the way with another woman. However, and he's saying you're not human if you don't feel this way. So what I'm taking from it, you're not human because you don't want to tell your son that he's not a girl.
He's not a damn girl.
So you're not human for not wanting to tell your son that.
Right. That's worse. You got your son walking around switching. He wearing dresses. He talking about call him Zyra. And then he's even in the process of trying to change the pitch of his voice to sound like a woman. Like he's going the whole 9 yards. You not telling him that that's wrong is not human.
Right.
Read on.
Wade says in the documentary, adding that he and Union went through something that you never want to go through, and we still came out of it. Wade and Union were able to overcome the difficult situation, marrying in 2014 and welcoming a baby girl, Kylie, via surrogate last year. Although the power couple officially got together in 2008, it seems Wade was crushing on the actress a lot longer. Wade's manager reveals in a documentary that the basketball star had posters of Union in college.
Stalking her. Right. Go ahead.
So the little boy is not even the woman's child then?
No, that's not his child. His mom actually identify her son as a girl, and would not call him Zyra. So she's totally against it. Crazy thing is, his mom still live in the hood. What D Wade did was when he, around the time he became a basketball star, he got a divorce with her. He fought and he just got custody of all his kids. Took his kids away from her or whatnot. Basically left her for Gabrielle Union. Took his kids away, live in Miami. Somebody caught up with the mom, asked the mom about the whole thing. She said she's totally against it. Totally against it. They did something to her boy. She know it. She know that it's something that happened to that boy. And I believe when she get a voice, she's going to say something. She's going to expose something that happened.
Right.
But yeah, that's not Gabrielle Union kid. She got one daughter by Dwayne Wade, and I think that baby is 2 years old or something. Who probably going to grow up and be a damn boy.
Right.
But go ahead, read.
In the documentary, Wade also says his kids Zaire, Xavier, and Zion.
Right.
Zion also loved Union and included them in his proposal to her. She wasn't just marrying me, she was marrying all his baggage, he said. Wade was also the guardian of his nephew, Davion, who is now 18. D. Wade Life Unexpected will air on February 23rd, features home movies and never before seen moments, according to ET.
And that's why he pushing his son to a lot of times when celebrities do things like this, they always got something coming up. People, especially the LDGB, whatever that is, community, they're gonna give him full support and they're gonna be standing behind him. And usually when they got something coming out, they promote it some way with homosexuality in it. So we definitely pushing his son because he got a documentary coming out. He just got a new sneaker deal over in China or whatnot. Just got a job at the ESPN. People gonna feel more they're gonna feel more compassion for him, more sympathy for him because he got a gay son and you're a strong father, knowing the scrutiny and backlash your son could get growing up, and you standing behind him 100%. No, I think if D Wade can be totally against it and speak against it, he probably would have. But a person of his stature to say, my son talking this and I'm not with it, they're going to end his career. Right. He going to lose all his money, lose all his house. He ain't going to be able to get a job, no appearance on TV. The cops going to arrest him for crazy. He going to get pulled over every day. They're gonna frame him. They're gonna do so much stuff. But yet, you know, you got your 12-year-old son who's saying since 3, so that's what, like 9 years, he been a homosexual. And I knew it was something up with that little boy. Every time I seen family pictures, he always had his hip out, like poked out or something. I'll be like, yo, something is up with that youngest son. Like, he might grow up and be a little homo. Like, there's something up with that boy.
Right.
Is there any more?
Yeah, colonizer. Wade spoke to ET's Nichelle Turner about the things he opened up about the film, including his 12-year-old child, Zion, who recently came out as transgender.
Of course, that's going to be in the film. That's probably going to be, if the film an hour long, that's probably going to be 35 minutes. You know, a 35-minute little part in the whole goddamn documentary.
Right.
Read.
Come on. We're not the only family that had to deal with surrogacy to bring our daughter Kavya into the world. And we're not the only family that had to deal with gender expression, gender identity, sexuality with their child. The 38-year-old added that his family understands God gave him a platform, and while it's not a popular thing to speak out on issues people may be uncomfortable with, his family understands that they are positioned to do so and use their platform.
Who gonna be uncomfortable with him speaking out about that? No goddamn body. Like Dwayne Wade just talking just to talk. He making it seem like this boy is doing something that's so hard to do. Everybody damn near gay, right? Especially in the music industry, the NBA. Like I remember I seen a documentary where they were saying like believe it or not, like damn near 60-70% of the NBA and NFL is full of homosexuals. Like just how they got it, even after the games where they taking showers, they all in there ass naked taking showers. They playing around in the showers. I remember this one boy was saying that he became a homosexual in high school because of his basketball team. Like they on a roll and they spending so much time together. They seeing each other naked. You know, they building certain bonds with each other, and it just brought them closer to where as though I would die for this person. And I would die for this brother. So now they all looking at each other in different ways now because like, damn, we've been on the road for a month straight. I ain't see a female. Can't mess with a female. I don't trust them. But, you know, I do trust him right here. And they all messing with each other. They all sitting there messing with each other. So who is going to be against? Like, that's not tough for your son. That's not a harsh thing for your son to come out and admit he's a homosexual. He ain't catching no backlash. And the few people that do speak out about it, they is killing him. Bootsy just said that he got banned from Planet Fitness for talking about D-Wade's son while he was sitting in Planet Fitness. They banned him from Planet Fitness. Like, that is crazy. They like, oh, that's in our background. He did that at our gym? Oh, no, he can't come back here. Like, they banned you from the gym for speaking. He got a right to say what he wants. Like, this freedom of speech, he has a right to be against it. Like, so he's speaking his mind, and he didn't even say anything bad. Like, all he said was, D-Wade, you're taking it too far. Don't cut the boy dick off. Just let him, you know, give it a little bit more time because he might change his mind in a few years. You don't want in a few years he changed his mind, then regret he got his penis cut off. Don't cut the little boy penis off, you taking it too far, which is true. Right. Like even Bruce Jenner came out and said that he regret getting a sex change. He shouldn't have did that. Right. Because one day you're going to wake up and that demon going to leave you. That demon going to leave you for a little while. You're going to fall into depression. You're going to start to hate yourself. That's why a lot of transgenders be drug addict prostitutes. And they like damn near all of them at a certain time in their life down the road, they wind up being strung out on drugs. Right. Like when I be riding a train and just seeing them, they all look crazy. Like they look crazy. Like, yo, that's a crackhead right there. Like you can tell when people be on drugs. Like them transgenders somewhere down the line when they can't cope with they self or you know, what they just did to themselves and they know the dramatic change. Hey, Shalom, y'all about to dramatic change they did to their life. They start to hate themselves for it. Now they getting high. you know, weed ain't gonna work because it's gonna last for a few hours, so they're gonna get something strong.
Right.
And then they go do crack, that's gonna last for about 10 minutes. But it felt good that they're gonna keep doing it, and they're gonna get strung out. Like they all become crackheads and heroin addicts, and they just become the lowest of the lowest when they do that. So all he said was, listen, don't do that to that boy, man. Like that's just let him get older and do that if he want to do that. Like you don't do that and make him regret it. He might want to have kids one day, but now he can't even turn from being gay back to straight. He got no penis and he gonna have titties. And, like, come on, man, don't do that. And they banned him for it. Go ahead.
If I could, sir, what you bring out is just so heavy. Statistics show with like young kids, and I'm not even talking about as young as he is. Like a lot of children that were like molested, and then they go into homosexuality between the ages of like 16 and like the early 20s. And those that actually go through with the operation, they're the ones that have demons on them, that have legion on them so strong, they even commit suicide. The suicide rates amongst Black and Hispanic and Native Indian children that are homosexual that even transition to transgender, is astronomical. The number is ridiculous. They kill themselves every day because they regret the decision that they went through and they did, from cutting off their private areas, or just can't live up with the fact that, you know, I was molested at this age, because you can only regress it and hold it back for so long.
Yeah, before start eating at you, because they become the person who they molester wanted them to be.
Right.
So they molest them at a young age and make them feel like, look, I'm doing this because you sweet. Like, you act like a damn female anyway, so that's why I'm doing it. Right. And they at a young age put that in their mind, and as they grow up, that plays over and over in their head, and they fall into depression. They get stressed out. Eventually, the drugs gonna stop helping them, so they just wind up killing themselves. And people think because that's the Wayne Wade son and he rich that it's gonna be any different. Nah, it ain't gonna be no different for that little boy. It ain't gonna be no different. When he go to that rich school, them Edomite kids is gonna pick on him, but for being a homosexual, just like if he would go to a public school. You know, anywhere he go, it's gonna be people. It's gonna be rich Edomites that's going to bash him for being a homosexual, unless D-Wade keep him around other homosexuals. But he's not escaping nothing. He's not escaping. No amount of money in the world can make you, you know, put away how you feeling inside. Like you ain't, no $1 million is helping you fight depression. Like that medicine, none of that is going to really help you when them demons become stronger than that medicine that you're taking. Right. Like it's going to be pointless at a certain time, and you're going to step on a chair, hang yourself, and kick the chair from under you. Is there any more?
Comment. She is our leader, he said.
She is our leader. That's crazy. She is your leader?
Right.
So is she, like, what do you mean by she y'all leader? What is she leading y'all to? What is she leading? So if she say, Dad, I think you, like, oh man, I just called that a little boy shit. Damn, man, she got goddamn much. So if this little boy walk in the room and say, hey, Dad, you know what? I think I should have sex with Gabrielle. You know, I love her. You know, I love her. I know deep down in my heart, this is something that I should do. I love her. Like, I should be able to have sex with her. Why tell him no? That's your leader. He shouldn't be wrong for that. That's your leader. Like when you take situations like this far, you can't pick and choose what's right and wrong. When you want to throw your morals out the window and, okay, this is the leader, you lead the way, we follow you, we just going to help you the way. We just going to help you during the way. You can't pick and choose what to say that's right and that's wrong, because you don't tell your leader what they doing is right or was wrong. They should already know. And they're teaching y'all what's right and what's wrong. Like, we ain't going to the general like, nah, Salaki, sir, you wrong about that. Right. Hell no. We ain't doing that. He's telling us what we right and wrong about.
Right.
when we following these protocols or whatnot, and when he breaking down the scriptures or the laws and what we doing right and what we doing wrong. That's his job. So if this is y'all leader, when he comes to you with something crazy, I don't want you to deny anything that he want to do. So if he want to have sex with Gabrielle, you should let him do it. If he want to have sex with his brother, you shouldn't stop it. If he want to have sex with a grown man, you shouldn't stop it. If he want to have sex with you, D Wade, you shouldn't stop it. Because obviously this little boy feel as though in his heart he's a girl. So if he feel as though in his heart he want to blow your rod, D Wade, you cannot tell him he's wrong about that. How? Because if he's wrong about feeling in his heart that he want to have sex with his brother, why can't his heart be wrong again about him being a girl?
Right.
It makes no sense. Give me the well.
I got a good one.
Go ahead. What you going?
It says, who was named Zion at birth. He knew he was transgender by the age of 3 and eventually started doing more research. What he said.
So when did he start doing research?
At 3.
So you got this 3-year-old on his little Apple MacBook, like typing in transgender and what is it? Come on, D Wade. He started doing research. A 3-year-old started doing research about being a transgender at 3. That just sounds, it's like, as I'm saying it, I'm trying to say it slow enough so I can hear myself saying it to see how it makes sense, but it just don't. Go ahead.
The research he's probably talking about is him being molested. That's the research he was getting.
Right.
Him being molested.
And the causes of people wanting to be transgender. Is it okay to want to be a transgender, after you didn't have sex with a man or something? Or like, I want to know, what did he start researching?
Right.
What did he look up about transgenders? Like, what was there to look up? And then I think it say something like D Wade started to research it too or something, right?
Come on.
Go ahead, read that.
He was the one that sat down with us as a family and said, hey, I don't think I'm gay. And went down the list and said how I identify myself. I identify myself as a young lady. I think I'm straight trans because I like boys.
So because you think you're a young lady, you're not gay because you like boys. Girls like boys, which you know. And because he's not a boy, he's a girl, then he's not gay. This little nigga, he might have done drugs early. This little nigga might have been doing drugs at 3. Like, and that's what they not telling us. This little nigga got a hold of some heroin or something that they ain't even sniffing lines.
Right.
So, hold on, read that again.
Oh, he was the one that sat down with us as a family and said, hey, I don't think I'm gay. And went down the list and said, this is how I identify myself. I identify myself as a young lady. I think I'm straight trans because I like boys.
Straight, like even that term straight trans, like they trying to manipulate.
Right.
Like, boy, you's a homosexual, man. Just no damn. Because you identify yourself as a damn girl don't mean that it's right. Because, when you see a crackhead running down the street talking about they could fly, oh, that nigga crazy.
Right.
What if he really believed he could fly? How was he crazy?
Right.
If you got people out here that want to wake up one morning, like them Edomites that wake up and be like, I think I'm gonna go to the tattoo shop and get surgery to be a lizard. And they get their tongue split, they get all types of skin on it, like looking crazy, turn themselves into animals. They shouldn't be looked at as crazy or different. It shouldn't even be TV shows on them about it. Because by you doing a TV show on them is just saying that, hey, this motherfucker's crazy, think that they're a lizard. Look at this. This is funny. Ha ha ha. So it's like people should be able to sleep with animals. People should identify yourself as an animal. Like it shouldn't just be you can switch genders. Like it should be you can be a damn cow if you want. You know, be a cow. Hey, lock me up in the zoo. I want to make some money. This is where I should be living. Go against a damn lion and hey, look, I'm one of y'all and see what the hell they do to you out there. Right. Go ahead, get that.
If I could, 2 things. Mm-hmm. There was a white woman named Rachel, I think her name was Dozal, and she decided after college that she wanted to be a black woman. So she got like skin grafts, started to darken her skin, married a black man, became assistant vice president of the NAACP. Who's to tell her that she's wrong? I work with an Edomite at my slave. She told us, even though she's white as snow, her father is an Edomite, she said she doesn't identify as a white woman or as Esau. She feels as though that she's a nigga, excuse me, because niggas apparently fuck with her. Salakia for the language.
Listen.
Those was her words. I'm just like, okay.
And it's like, cut the heat on. That's a heavy point you just brought out, man. That is so heavy. Because they crucified that Edomite for wanting to be black.
Right.
She had the little box braids that sisters was getting a lot at the time. She was getting tans out the ass.
Right.
All that. And they, you know, she lost her job and she lost her seat as being the vice president of the NAACP because they're like, yo, you're not black. Right. Why should that matter if she's identifying herself as black even though she was born white? Right. So if she being born an Edomite can't identify herself as black, then we shouldn't have little boys identifying themselves as women. Right. Because just like he changed gender, she changed race. What's the difference? Go ahead.
Like if I could, at least the lady had experience of being around black people. The young boy hasn't even had experience with a woman yet. How does he know he doesn't want women if he never had it?
Because he had men, right. And he know he want men because even though when he had a man, he ain't like it because he was so young, he didn't know what was going on. They made him feel like he's wrong for not liking it.
Right.
That's what pedophiles do. Pedophiles make you feel like you're the one that's in the wrong for not liking this. Right. This is right. And most of the time it'd be somebody close to you that you trust. So now it's like, yo, this is wrong for you to feel that way, to not like this. You know, it's something that's your fault. You know, because you know me, you know I'm always right. So for you to not like this, then there's something wrong with you. Then they go to sleep and they think about it for a few days. It kill them. And the only thing that make the pain go away is for them to accept it. To not accept it, that's when the depression comes in. That's when the suicide thoughts come in, when you don't accept it. But when you do accept it and that little funny feeling in your stomach go away, they feel as though it's easier. So if somebody can't switch race, like she should get her job back. Right. Let her represent black people. Who the hell is any of y'all to say she's not black? Right. She says she's black. Right. You can't tell her she's not black. And if you can, then I can tell that little boy he's not a damn girl. Right. You not a damn girl. Like that's what I can do. I can tell that. But it's just like I said, especially with America, man, like they allow people to pick and choose what they want and what is right and what is wrong. This is exactly why the Most High made laws and gave us law, statutes, and commandments, because he know, leave it up to us, we're going to pick and choose what's right and wrong. You can sleep with this, but you can't sleep with that. Like, it's a law on bestiality, because the Most High know if we didn't have that law, we'd be out here having sex with animals. If we didn't have a law not sleeping with another man, we'd be out here doing it, and we'd look at it like it's right. It's crazy. Is there any more on that article?
One last thing. Mm-hmm. Wade also added he struggled with how he wanted to talk about it in the documentary, knowing it would be a big conversation. This is no game to us. We're protecting his heart and about protecting his joy, and we have to support them, he said. That's it.
Protecting his joy is telling that little boy he's a boy. That's protecting his joy. That's protecting his joy, because when he get older and start to do more research, maybe he will, maybe he won't, but he will, is most likely he's going to come to a conclusion that, yo, they shouldn't have been supporting this. You know, that's why they standing behind it and supporting it so hard, because listen, they covering for somebody, man. And it's probably D Wade. I wouldn't be shocked if it's D Wade. D Wade, little sweet ass, was in there molesting him.
Right.
Go ahead.
I could, sir. I got my own little theory now. Little conspiracy theories. I think Gabrielle Union, you know what I mean, got the strap on and did Wade because he stepped out on him. And Wade, as retaliation, to make himself feel like a man again, did that to his son.
Right. Sure. Go ahead.
So like, sir, is the little boy the one where he stepped out with the other woman?
No.
Oh, okay.
The child he got with that baby, I mean the baby he got with that woman that he stepped out with, not around. Like, I believe they say he gave her like some money, like gave her a couple mil, sent her on her way, so he ain't got to be in the picture. I mean, so she won't come in between him and Gabrielle. He gave her some money. She rich, somewhere living in the mansion. He taking care of her, gave her a nice amount of money. She never could come in between him and Gabrielle. Go ahead.
If I could, sir, I know this class has been very interactive. I thought about something just now. Everyone crucified T.I. because T.I. was taking his daughter to the gynecologist. Now, don't get me wrong, T.I. still wrong because that sister that fell off that stripper pole, he owned that, that strip club.
Oh, he did?
He owned that strip club. So it's okay for T.I. to make wars of our daughters, but his daughter better not be a whore.
Damn.
But they crucified T.I. for trying to preserve his daughter's virginity and said, who are you to control her sexuality? Let her be free. Right. And then on the vice versa, look at Dwayne Wade. He's letting his 12-year-old, who's much younger than his 19-year-old daughter, T.I.'s 19-year-old daughter, allowing that 12-year-old to express his sexuality. He's being praised for it.
Being praised for it. And just like Young Thug, he came out and said, God don't make mistakes. And they drug him through the mud, because he said that about, how you gonna say that when you gave your goddamn self and you homo? Like, they killed him on the internet for saying that. They killed Boosie, lost his Planet Fitness gym membership. He might got to open up his own gym. I don't think no gym gonna get him a membership now after saying that. So you got, like, even the game, like, even to see the game come out and be on the side of D Wade is just like, I just lose respect for these people more and more and more. Like, just more and more and more, I just lose respect for these people, man, because it just don't make no goddamn sense, man.
Right.
Give me the scripture to paraphrasing, the children will lead us, will run the household or something, I believe.
Children rule over us.
Yeah. Like D Wade know, he can't speak out about that. But which makes it so evil, man. Like, this is a 12-year-old boy who you let him make decisions like this. Like, this is something big. Go ahead.
I got a better.
You got a better one?
This is Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them.
Gabrielle Union went into an interview and said that she be eating Dwayne Wade's butt. He ain't had nothing to say about that. I guarantee when he came clean about him having that babies, while they was together, one way, phone's on mute, phone's on vibrate, one way that she took him back, which a lot of women do, is you got to bow down to her and do what she say. I knew a brother who snapped it and lost it. And I was talking to him. Like, he called me like, man, I need to talk to you, man. I punched my girl in the face, man. I said, why the hell did you do that? What happened? He like, listen, man, I cheated on her. Cheated on her a few months back. He said, look, he said, I cheated on her a few months back and I wanted her to take me back. So he like, but she wouldn't take me back unless I did everything she said. So I just said, fuck it, man, I really love her. So I started doing everything she said. I just got tired of it. I'm like, what you mean? He like, she just was talking to me any kind of way. And if I would stand up for myself, she would threaten to leave me. I didn't want her to leave me. And I knew I really couldn't get mad because this is the anger she's doing this to me for is because I cheated on her. This is all that anger. But I just couldn't take it, man. I just couldn't take it. You know, she was saying that if I didn't listen to her, we was done and she gonna go have sex with another man. And, you know, I tried to call her on her bluff. And I went through her phone and she was texting other men, man. I just lost it. Punched her right in the face. And I'm like, damn. Like, he ain't have no other way to express himself and, you know, no discipline or whatnot. But her thing was, if you want to be with me, you got to do everything I tell you to do. Because you cheated on me. I didn't cheat on you. So when I call you all types of bitch ass niggas and, you know, F you pussy and all that, when I disrespect you, you got to sit there and take it with your head down. Like, when I be out and it be brothers out with their ribs and they get into an argument and then one be like, no, all up in his face, yelling at him, poking him in the head. And he's sitting there like this. Like, not saying, I'll be like, damn. He let her do that because I'm willing to bet that he did something to her and think I'm gonna just let her do this because I messed up anyway. Like, I just messed up. Like, sisters like to get a control of you by that. Like, all right, I'll take you back, but delete every number out your phone that's a girl. Go through your friend list, delete your friend list, delete all the girls on your friend list. Call that whore up now, tell her you ain't gonna be seeing her no more. You ain't going out with such and such to play ball no more because he no good. They start making those type of changes, and the guy be like, all right, man, see, look, if I wouldn't have never stepped out on her, I wouldn't have did that or whatnot. So D-Wade Gabrielle forgave D-Wade for the simple fact of he probably was doing it even before that, but she knew he gonna listen to everything I say, especially with him hanging the baby over his head. Like, yo, not only you cheated on him, you got somebody pregnant. And you got somebody pregnant. So D-Wade, knowing that in the back of his mind, whatever she do or say about him, he gotta eat that. He gotta chalk that. Like, to get in the interview and say, hey, I have no problem with ass eating. My man like getting his ass ate. Like, why would that's something you if that's the case, why are you telling people?
Right.
Like, that should leave the bedroom. What was your purpose of telling people that?
Right.
Like, why you gotta put that out? You gotta put that out there. Like, if that's what you like, now you got all your friends looking like, yo. Oh no. That's why when we play ball, he keep putting me in the post. He a little sweet. All he want to do is back me down. That's why. Right. Ain't got nothing to do with him being stronger than me. Like, yo, this boy over here a little freaky. Like, it get awkward. You sitting around your friends, they like, y'all start talking about sex. Now it get quiet because it's like they want to stop. Like, now we ain't gonna talk about it around him. He a little freaky boy over here. His girl talk about she eat his ass. Right. Like, that's embarrassing, man. He gotta sit there and take that. Why? Because when they get into an argument, you the one that did this to me. I'm hurt this way because you got a baby that's not by me, which is probably why they got a surrogate to get for the other baby, or which is why he probably had a baby with Gabrielle, to make up for the baby he had with this one. So it's like, you got her, gave her a baby, now you gotta give me a baby.
Right.
Go ahead.
If I could probably check this. I was looking at it earlier. She's had more than 7 miscarriages.
Gabrielle
has had more than 7. She's had a lot.
Damn, that's probably why they got that surrogate. He probably was like, yeah, now you gotta give me a baby because you gave her a baby. He was like, all right. And gave her a baby. And Gabrielle Union embraced the boy being a homosexual first. So that a lot of people don't know. She was the one taking him to gay pride parades and everything. He had a gay pride parade with grown men that's naked. They naked out there, and the only thing they got on is a little thong. They walking around at this parade with a thong. You got this at this time, I believe he was like 11 or 10. You got this little boy out here in a parade with a bunch of grown men dancing butt naked, and she got him out there. And then there was another gay parade where they all was out there with him, and they all got the rainbow and the whole family out there. And I'm sitting there like, this 12-year-old is amongst a bunch of pedophiles. These grown men out here is butt naked. He don't belong out there.
Right.
Like this is some like y'all out there with him because they would not let him in this parade without an adult.
Right.
And y'all got him in this parade, but she was the first one taking that little boy to stuff like that. She was getting his nails painted first and taking him to the salon and all that and taking pictures, putting up on the internet. And then they go into gay pride parades. And she was the one that was really bringing it out that he was gay. She was the first one. She did that before D-Wade. She was the first one to come out and talk about how, you know, they embracing him being a homosexual, which is crazy. You had your hand up, your Diane?
A lot. That was it. She said, yeah, she struggled with miscarriages. Early in her life, I think she was around 19, she was a victim of rape herself. And she's never really got like the proper counsel for it.
That's why, man, like that stuff be making so much sense. That's why they accept stuff like this, like homosexuality, man. Like that's why they do it. That's why it'd be so easy. Is there any more on that scripture?
Oh yeah, come on, sir. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths.
They that lead thee. Dwayne Wade said his son is their leader. He causing you to err. How he causing you to err? You not telling him what needs to be told.
Right.
You is a goddamn boy that's going to be a man one day. Take that goddamn dress off. What are you doing?
Right.
Take them shoes off and them nails off. What the hell are you doing?
Right.
Stop talking like that. What you talking like a little girl for? You know, man up. Like he ain't telling his son that. That's where you erring at. So because Dwayne Wade not doing that, now his son walking around here talking about call me Zaya, whatever. Little nigga named Zion, he talking about call me Zyra. Like that is pathetic. Any more? And it ain't no questions in the class, right? All right, cool. No questions in the room. You said, "Con, you got a question?" Oh, no, I thought I heard somebody say, "Con." But yeah, and go ahead.
So this is on my mind. If you're married, I'm not married, sir. I'm just asking. It was, I thought about this. If you're married, right, and your ribs step out with you with another woman, you still have to put her away, right?
Yep. Unlawful sex. Somebody else asked me that. Who asked me that too? Somebody else asked me that the other day too.
If I could, that's still considered fornication. I'm paraphrasing what Christ said. That's the people fornication. You still have to put her away.
Yeah, that's still fornication.
Right, so you cannot take her back. Like what's
cannot take her back. That's still fornication. Had sex with somebody else, got a box seat, because you gotta remember, oral sex is a part of that's fornication. Like even I remember somebody in the Israelite group or something. It was another Israelite group. Went and got oral sex from a girl, another man's rib, and then tried to say that it wasn't fornication because it was just head. And I'm like, that's crazy.
Right.
Like, why would I want her after she just blew your ride, nigga? Like, I don't want her.
Right.
Crazy, but yeah, it's still unlawful sex. Where they put the strap on, they want to kiss and hug and eat, scissor, whatever. It's all that. It's still fornication. You still got to put her away.
Come on.
So, yeah, that was it.
Yeah, come on,
All right, I ain't the bar. And let me and get me, what is it? Leviticus 20 and 13. But yeah, Dwayne Wade, man, he's an error for not telling his son what needs to be told. And he letting Gabrielle Union run that damn household.
Right.
And she probably want the little boy to be a girl more than he do.
Right.
She probably want that for the little boy more than he do.
Right.
Whoever get it can read it.
Come on. The book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind, as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them.
Right. And also, too, that goes to your question, too, Yediah, because just like the scripture say that if a man lies with man, kind as he lies with woman, he has surely committed an abomination, which shows you that it's against the Most High, of course, to be a homosexual. So because they committed a sinful act too like that, then you got to put them away.
Right.
I mean, they lying with another woman, lying with another man. It's all the same thing, fornication, unlawful sex. And then also goes to go with the D Wade. D Wade, like, this is something that his son need to be told. Like, you doing something that's going to get you killed.
Right. Right.
Like, it's going to get you killed. Like a lot of people looked at, Kobe Bryant as somebody who couldn't die.
Right.
A lot of money. He was immortal to a lot of people. And then he was flying on that helicopter for the last 15 years, they said. And then look,
Right.
it was foggy outside, they said. Couldn't even see where they was flying. Hit a mountain. And blew up on him. D-Wade's son. Now, I mean, that private jet looked nice. You can walk around with the bodyguards to protect yourself, and you can try to protect your son's feelings and rock with him. But one thing you can't protect him from is the Most High killing him.
Right. Right.
You can't protect him from that. You could do all that other stuff. You could protect him from Twitter and Instagram and all that, and protect him from social media. But you're not going to protect him from the day of judgment that the Most High going to bring on him for him doing something like this.
Right.
Like, this is what his son needs to hear. This is what D-Wade needs to hear. Because if D-Wade loved his son, this is what he would tell him. D-Wade would tell his son, yo, you was not a girl, if he loved his son.
Right. Right.
But he don't love his son. So he's going to let this 12-year-old do whatever the hell he wants. But I guarantee the 12-year-old still going to have a curfew when it comes time to it. I guarantee he can't eat junk food throughout the day, even though if he don't want to eat it. If he don't want to eat regular food and want to eat junk food, I guarantee he ain't got no option but to eat this time, eat this what I tell you. I guarantee he ain't got no choice on what time he got to be in the house. I guarantee he ain't got no choice on when his bedtime is.
Right.
How long he gonna watch TV. He don't have a choice on if he want to go to school or not. If he want to wash up, brush his teeth. I don't want to learn how to tie my shoes. He don't got no choice when it comes to things like that, but he got a choice on if he's a girl or a boy. Like when his mom was pregnant with him and went to the doctors, I'm pretty sure the doctor didn't say, "Hun, it has a penis, but I don't want to identify it." Whatever he says it is, that's what he's going to go by. No, they're going to say, "Oh, it's a penis. You want to know the sex? Okay, it's a boy."
Right.
They're not going to say, "I got a penis, but we don't want to identify the gender." Like, nah, they told you there was a boy in his stomach. So who is him to say, "I'm not a boy, and because I'm a girl, I'm not gay"? Man, you a flame. Man, get out of here. Little boy's flame. And it's just sad on how many people, like, that's why I don't understand what D-Wade saying that it was a hard thing for his son to do and come out, and it was a hard thing for him to speak about when he got the world backing him up and supporting him. Like, you got the world supporting him. Give me a revelation where it say spiritually Sodom and Gomorrah. Right. Spiritually Sodom. Like, he got the world backing him up and standing behind him. You got 3 people so far that came out and said something versus 1 million, versus the whole United States of America. You know, so watch his documentary gonna go through the roof, man. His documentary gonna go through the roof.
Come on. This is from Revelation chapter 11 and verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt.
Man, they listen, they dead bodies gonna lay in the city. What that's talking about? Go ahead.
Talking about America.
Yeah, but what they say, their dead bodies gonna lie in the street. It's like, you can grab me a water. Oh, we ain't got no water? Dang.
It says their dead bodies shall lie in the street.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a physical death or just walking around as the walking dead spiritual?
I don't know. You tell me. Where you at? Scripture you at?
Revelation 11 and verse 8.
All right, so you tell me. Is this a spiritual?
It's like it's physical.
You say this is a physical?
Come on.
What makes you say that?
If I could, I believe this is where where it's going to fall. It's talking about Christ returning with the angels and how everyone that's here that is drunk with America, is going to be killed.
Mm-hmm. Right. All the sinners, and I believe a little farther up it goes into it, but all the sinners or whatnot, their dead bodies gonna be dropping left and right in the streets of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. Why is it spiritually called Sodom and Egypt? Go ahead.
And everything that was in Sodom and Egypt, America embodies that to this day.
Like what? Give me some
Good, homosexuality, corruptness of the city, us being in captivity, being oppressed. There's many factors that go into that.
Right. Like homosexuality, that's a big thing that America is standing on. Like, didn't they make it gay marriage legal in all states now or something like that?
Right.
Like all 50 states? Like that is Sodom to the fullest. That is Egypt to the fullest.
Right.
Like that's something that they did, and that's something that they practice. And then Egypt, on a simple tip of, had us in the captivity on how things being ran and the things that they believe, the day of the worship, like everything. And then read on.
Where also our Lord was crucified.
How was our Lord crucified in the great city spiritually, Sodom and Egypt? Go ahead.
When it says our Lord was crucified, it's just talking about Rome and how Rome embodied the same thing Sodom and Egypt did.
Nope.
Christ was crucified in Rome.
Nope. It said our Lord was crucified in the great city, spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, where our Lord was crucified. So our Lord was crucified in this great city that's spiritually Sodom and Egypt. What is the great city that's spiritually Sodom and Egypt? Go ahead.
The great spirit of the city.
The great city that's spiritually Sodom and Egypt.
America.
It's America. How was our Lord crucified in America then? Go ahead.
Oh, Slavic. If I could, got a large majority that don't know who our Lord and Savior is, and some mass majority that do know and still crucify him anyway, like the Christian church or the Muslim mosques.
Like how they crucify him now? How's he crucified in America? Go ahead.
They changed him from a black man to a white man.
Changed from black man to a white man. And what else? Go ahead.
Changing around what he said. Christ said how the law is not done away with, and how they preach in the Christian churches that the law is done away with. And we all fall short of grace.
Right. Like, just like earlier, little church over there playing that music that go through 6 walls. Like, I don't know how we can hear that music and we like 4 buildings down. Like, that is, and we can hear it like they next door. Like, that is crazy. And that's all they do. And then they go into personal feelings and experiences on how God talked to them and what he told them. Like, it's never what he told them. When they say he told me this, you can never go in the Bible and read what they said God told them. It's always, he's coming to tell you something like, damn, you should write that down then, so people can read that. If he coming to you, speaking to you like that, like, and they crucifying, they got the white pictures. They saying he's okay with, you know, the way you are, be who you are. He loved you no matter what. God knows your heart. I seen this one sister page who said, she said, Jesus Christ's wife.
Right.
And I was like, Christ do not want your whole ass. Like, get out of here. You done had every man in the world. Now you want to give yourself to Christ. He got to be the last brother to get you now. Like, every brother done had you and you saving yourself for him. When he come back, he don't want you. Every brother in America done had you. All 12 tribes done had your ass. Like, he don't want you. Go ahead, you had your hand up.
If I could, Wade, he said, God gave me this platform.
God gave you the platform. Listen, the Most High gave you that platform to wake up your people, to help your people. He didn't give you that platform to talk about your gay son.
Right.
And how your son is not a damn son, it's a damn daughter. Like, he didn't give you that platform for that. You gave yourself that platform for that. You opened, you opened the platform up for you to talk about that and to do that. So that's how they spiritually crucify, Christ and Sodom. Like, this is Sodom all over, to the point where these homosexuals got their own laws. Like, you can't even go out on the street and say the F word, say the faggot word.
Right.
You're gonna get locked up.
Right.
That's they consider that a hate crime.
Right.
When you do something like that. Like, that's crazy. When we see videos of Edomites saying nigga all the time.
Right.
Like, if I go on the internet now and make a YouTube video and say faggot in it, they're gonna take it down and suspend my account.
Right.
But every time I come across a video of a Edomite saying nigga, I look at when it was updated, and this video been up there for 4 years. And it's viral now, people watching it. Or even when they do this, a famous person, they release a video of the famous person saying something he shouldn't have been saying. Like, they released a clip of Eminem saying black bitch 20 years ago. They released that about 20 years ago. You can find a clip on YouTube now, and it's been up there for at least like 10 years. It didn't get flagged or taken down or nothing. But if I go on there and say faggot, then bye-bye. Like, you know how many YouTube accounts we done lost? Like, I remember every Monday we had to come in here and make a new YouTube account to go live on the for the Monday night show, because we try to log in and they, oh no, we deleted this, we deactivated your account, and then give us the reasons for what we saying. Like, that is just crazy. Go ahead, you got your hand up.
You brought out so heavy. Eminem, he made an entire song dissing our sisters. It's still up on YouTube to this day.
Mm-hmm.
An entire track dissing our sisters.
Like, you can find old, songs, old racial songs from back in the day. That's on YouTube, been up there for years. And they got it up there, making it seem like, oh, we just got it up here so y'all can hear, the song or where it really came from. But we can't say, like, even if we go out at camp and say faggot or something, then they taking our permit. We can't even go out there and speak no more. Cops coming out there, hey, man, we got a call that y'all was out here saying this and y'all was saying that. Like, it's just, man, this shit is just evil. Give me some more precepts. Let's see how sharp y'all is on this. Give me some more precepts. Because this is something like I said, this is something that got to be talked about or whatnot, brought out to the forefront. Like it's just evil. Like it's just super evil. And the fact that ever since D Wade came out and then spoke on this, I've been seeing him damn near on every TV station now. Like it's like hard to not see him now. Like everybody want to interview him. And it's like I try to watch his interviews, and then it's like I get like 2 minutes in and be like, I can't do it. Like I just can't do it. Like just to hear him talk about this situation like that, like I can't do it. Then I seen a clip of his son like driving a golf cart, and I was like, I'm watching the clip and I'm like, D Wade, just slap that little nigga, yo. Like just slap him. Just reach over there and slap him. Like listen to him. Like look how he talking. Like it's just like it's just crazy, and it's sad at the same time because there's a lot of brothers out here that's suffering like this. It's a lot of brothers that's gonna grow up a homosexual, you know, for the simple fact of they've been molested at a young age, and they, you know, got nobody to speak out about it. They don't know how to handle it.
Right.
They don't know how to handle it. Man, it's crazy. Come on, what's the one? Let me get them precepts.
Come on, Con, sir. I got one.
You got one? Let me hear it.
Come on, Con. It's Proverbs chapter 16, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
All the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes, but the Lord weigheth the spirits.
That's heavy. All the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes. Like what D Wade doing, he don't think there's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
And get me, the heart is deceitful. I believe that's in Proverbs too. What D Wade doing, he don't think there's nothing wrong with it. Like what he's doing is clean and is of the Lord. His son to wake up and say that he's a girl, you basically telling the Most High he didn't know what he was doing when he was making you. Or you saying that the Most High gave you freedom to be a girl if you want. So with D Wade, he think that he's clean.
Right.
He don't think that is, you know, it's against God to do this. I guarantee they in church every Sunday.
Right.
Every Sunday. And that little, like we're gonna see videos soon of this little homo catching the Holy Ghost, because that's how they gonna try to get black people on their side even more and get people to accept them more. He's gonna be, you know, in church catching the Holy Ghost, falling out,
Right.
looking like a damn woman. You had your hand up today?
Talk about two scriptures.
Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things.
The heart is deceitful above all things. By you to wake up and say, I know in my heart that I'm a woman, that's deceitful above all things. There's nothing more deceitful than the heart. Your heart can really get you caught up. And your heart will be the reason that you die, meaning what your mind, your way of thinking can be the reason that you die. Right. And because you think you're a goddamn woman, you're going to die because of that.
Right.
Read on.
And desperately wicked.
And it's desperately wicked. Why is it desperately wicked? Because now you're forcing the world to listen to your story. I'll turn on ESPN to watch basketball, not hear Dwayne Wade to talk about his gay ass son. Right. That's not why I turn it on.
Right.
You know, I watch the news to see what's going on out there in the world, not to hear him talk about his gay ass son.
Right.
That's not why I do it. But D Wade, read on.
Who can know it?
Who can know it? Is that it? What's the other scripture you have?
This is the book of Romans chapter 1 and verse 26.
Mm-hmm.
For this cause God gave them up unto vile affections.
For this cause the Most High was like, listen, man, do whatever the hell y'all want, man. Go ahead. He just give them over to it. Read.
For even their women did change the natural use.
Like even the women started to change the natural use. What's the natural use? Sleeping with a man. That's natural. How you know it's natural? Because when you do it, babies come from it. It feels good. That's why. That's the natural use. Babies come from it. You got the key, she got the lock. Right. Put it together, it feels good. Baby come from it.
Right.
Read.
Into that which is against nature.
And they did that to which is against nature. What is it against nature? It's against nature to you to enter into another man. So nothing comes out of that. Right. It's against nature for you to be with another woman and you're a woman. Nothing comes out of that. Read.
Verse 27. And likewise also the men.
Also the men, likewise, same thing for the men. Likewise, man, like, listen, it's the same thing for the men. Read.
Leaving the natural use of the woman.
Leaving the natural use of the woman. What's the natural use of the woman? Sex.
Right.
Yeah, that's the natural use that they leave in of the woman. Sex. Read.
Burning their lust one toward another.
That's all D. Wade's son is doing. Burning in his lust.
Right.
That's all he doing. He got a lustful demon on him, and it won. It's taking over, and he's burning in that lust. Burning in that lust so much, he don't even want to be a goddamn boy no more. Read.
Men with men, working that which is unseemly.
What is that unseemly? Men with men. That is unseemly that you with that man and you kissing him. You hugging him. Y'all hugged up. Y'all having sex with each other. That's unseemly. Read.
And receiving in themselves that recompense of that error which was meet.
Any more?
Oh, that's it.
That's it. Any more scriptures? I'll give y'all one. I'll give y'all a scripture. Get me, what is it? Wisdom of Solomon, an Apocrypha, 14:9. I love going to this, man. Wisdom of Solomon, 14:9.
The book of wisdom. For the ungodly and his ungodliness are both alike hateful unto God.
The ungodly, meaning, what's the ungodly? Go ahead.
Homosexuality.
Homosexuality, that's ungodly. And what is the ungodliness? Okay, hold on. All right, so read that again.
For the ungodly and his ungodliness are both alike.
The ungodly. Who is the ungodly?
The what?
Yeah. Can't go wrong with that. but for this context, who the ungodly? We know the white man, damn right. Who are go ahead?
Okay. Like you said, would the ungodly be the Dwayne Wade?
Ungodly is the Dwayne Wade. Any sinner is ungodly.
Right.
And what is ungodliness? What is the ungodliness? Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
The sin are both hateful to the Most High, meaning the Most High hate you and what you're doing.
Right.
Like that's why I never understand why when they say God hates the sin and not the sinner.
Right.
That's like, all right, so he's going to hate the pig for being eaten, but not you for eating the pig. Like that makes no sense whatsoever. Like God hates what you're doing, and he hates you for doing it. The Most High hates you, D. Wade, and he hates you for what you're doing. He hates your son and hates your son for what he's doing. And if you don't repent and stop, pretty soon he's going to kill both of y'all. He's going to kill that whole damn family. Gabrielle Union for taking him to get his fingernails painted. D. Wade for going on every damn TV station in America talking about it, making a documentary about it. Pretty soon they're going to make their sons start doing interviews. They're going to make their sons start writing books about it. They're going to capitalize and make their sons start making all this money off of him being a homosexual. And it's not because he's just a homosexual, it's because he's so young. You never really had a 12-year-old homosexual come out like that and so sure about what he wants.
Right.
Yeah, he's so sure because somebody told him, listen, you know you only supposed to have sex with women, and you is a woman. So that's why I'm having sex with you. I don't know why you might feel like you're a boy, but you not a boy. Like, you pretty like a woman, you act like a woman, you know. So if you wasn't a woman, I wouldn't be wanting to have sex with you.
Right.
He probably looked at that person like, damn, you're right. All right, I'm a woman. So is any more on that?
Verse 10, for that which is made shall be punished together with him that made it.
For that which is made shall be punished together with him that made it. Meaning what? Oh, go ahead.
Meaning the Most High made the man, but the man made that lust, and he's gonna be punished
With the lust, right?
with that lust.
Right. What you was gonna say, Yedaya?
I was going to say something similar. I was going to say the Most High, that the man and whatever his sin is, you're going to be punished. Like for you being a wicked sinner and then acting on your sin, both is going to be punished.
Mm-hmm. Both gonna be punished with it. And somebody had their hand up before this. Was it you? Oh, go ahead.
I just had a precept, sir.
Oh, go ahead. What's the precept?
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 6. For the Most High hated sinners and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly.
That's where I was going to next. The Most High hated sinners. That's clear cut.
Right.
Like, he hates sinners. A sinner is a person that's committing a sin. A person can be a sinner, and he hates you for it, and he's going to punish you for it. Like, that is heavy, man. That is deep. Like, that is deep, man. And this is why we on the street. You know, hopefully D-Wade could come walk by one of those camps in Miami or in Florida or whatnot where he at,
Right.
and hear one of the brothers talking, and then, you know, talk to one of the brothers, get a better understanding, and then have a change of heart. I mean, but if not, that jet that you flying is not safe no more.
Right.
That car that you driving is not safe. Your house you living in is not safe. The food you eating is not safe. That woman that you sleeping with is not safe. Nothing is safe when the Most High is against you. Go ahead.
Slap, yes, sir. The nail shop and the Chinese place where they go get their nails done.
Right. None of that is safe. You're gonna get coronavirus. You're gonna scratch your damn face with them nails and get coronavirus from it. Like, nowhere you go, when you're going to get your fingernails and toes painted, that's not safe. Like, nothing you do is going to be safe for you or your kids.
Right.
Like, he better hope, like, the Most High can make them all, he could take the little baby that they just had and let them suffer that way. She done already had 7 damn miscarriages.
Yeah.
And then you finally get a surrogate, and he might take that one from you. Or he might take your little homosexual son.
Right.
You never know what could happen. And y'all all could be driving in the plane. I mean, he sent a little pigeon or to one of the propellers or something.
Right.
Or you driving in the car. Like, it's so many ways that the Most High can get you. You know, like, nothing you do is going to be safe. Is there any more on that?
Come. And keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment.
Keepeth them against the mighty days of their punishment. Give me the scripture in I believe it's in Ecclesiastes, where it say, though a sinner sinneth 100 times, their heart causes them to sin more or something. You know what I'm talking about? Though they sin it for 100 times, it's something along the line where it's like, it seems their days are prolonged in their sin. You know what I'm talking about? Give me that. Read the end of that scripture that you just read too.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 6. And keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment.
And keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment. Like, the Most High is going to remember you for that day of your punishment. Like, don't think that it's you getting away with this one. Go ahead, you got your note? All right, go ahead, read it.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8 and verse 12. Though a sinner do evil 100 times.
A sinner do evil 100 times. Like, although it seems like this sinner is sinning a whole lot. Read.
And his days be prolonged.
His days be prolonged, meaning what? Somebody tell me what that means.
He's not punished immediately.
It seems like his days is longer.
Right.
Like it's like, that's why they say the good die young. And it just seems like the most evilest people live forever. Right. That's what it seems like. Read.
Yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear God.
But surely I know it shall be well with them that fear God. Meaning what? Go ahead.
Meaning, if you keep God's law, statutes, and commandments, even though if you die young, it's going to be good with God because you're just going to come right back to the truth.
And what does it mean when it say it shall be well with them that fear God? Oh, where you read again? Ecclesiastes what?
8 and 12, sir.
All right, cool. Which shall be well with him that fear God? His days gonna be well with him. A sinner days is numbered, but your days is well with you. Your days is cool because you fear the Most High. You ain't got to worry about that. You ain't got to worry about your days being numbered. You know, it seemed like his days is prolonged. You know, but that's what it seems like. But yet, surely I know that it shall be well with him. You know, that fear God. You fear the Most High, your days is going to be well with you. You ain't got nothing to worry about.
Right.
Which fear before him? Read verse 13.
Okay. Verse 13. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before God.
Right, but it shall not be well with the wicked. What shouldn't be well with the wicked? Go ahead.
If I could, sir, the wicked shouldn't feel as though they cool. They can continue in their sin and their wickedness. Because they feel as though they're getting away with it.
Right. And then it say, neither shall his days be prolonged, which are as a shadow. What do that mean? His days is as a shadow. Go ahead.
I mean, that the death that's coming for him is right there. That's how close it is. Like it's close to your shadow, or it's hovering over you.
Nope. You right there, but not quite. Meaning your shadow is here one moment and then it's not. Like that's how fast you're gonna be gone. Like your days as a shadow just mean like one moment you here and then the next moment you're not. Like you could turn back, see your shadow, walk 10 seconds and turn back around and it's gone. Like that's just how fast your days is numbered. Like that's how fast you're gonna be out of here. It seemed like your days is prolonged because you're a wicked ass sinner. Like all you do, like you sinning 100 times. So it seemed like you living long, but you ain't living that long. You're gonna be somewhere shot, somewhere dead. You're gonna be here 1 minute, just like why people say all the time, like, who died? Damn, I just was talking to him. I just seen him. God, he died? That's crazy. I just was talking to him the other day. Like, God damn, that's crazy he did. Like, yeah, because your days is you here one day and you just that fast.
Right.
Like, it was plenty of people that I seen sitting there talking to. This is just then the third, it's about 3 o'clock sitting there talking. I get home around 4:30. Like, yeah, you know, around like 3:15, they found such and such dead. I'm like, what? I was with him. What you mean? So he had to die as soon as I left him? That fast? Nah, that's crazy. And then I'm looking at, like, yeah, he died around like 3:30. They said he got murdered. And I'm like, I'm sitting there shocked, like, yo. Like, I was talking to this one brother who was like, if he would have been hanging with his brother 5 minutes later, he would have died. His brother got murdered. They was with each other. He left, and then his brother wound up getting murdered about 5 minutes afterwards. Like, he said he damn near about to put the key in his lock, and he hear gunshots. And he go back because he like, damn, that sound like it's coming around where I just came from. Go back, and his brother laying there dead. Like, that fast. Like, yeah, your days is numbered as a shadow. I mean, it's nice and sunny outside. You see your shadow under the shade, and the next thing you know, there's no shadow outside. Like, that's how quick you're gonna get out of here. Like, it seemed like he living forever until you hear about his ass getting shot. Now you're like, what? He got shot? I just seen him at the store like 2 days ago. He gone? No. Oh man, that's crazy. Like, yo, I just seen him. Like, he just called me. Look, I just was talking to him like 20 minutes ago. You sure? Oh man, damn, that is crazy. Like, yeah, the Most High get you out of here quick. It won't seem like he lived long when he died. It seems like he living long now because he robbing people, shooting people, and you just like, yo, he never getting caught. But when he died, you're gonna be like, damn, he died young, man. That was crazy, man. He was so young. Like, damn, he was so young. Read, is it any more?
How come? Because he feared not before God.
And that's going to be, he feared not before God. What does it mean by he don't fear God? A lot of them like to use the slogan, fear nothing but God. That's what they like to say. They fear nothing but God. But his days is numbered, and he here one day and he going the next because he don't fear God. What does it mean he don't fear God? Go ahead.
He don't respect him.
How?
He breaks his laws.
Breaks his laws. He look at it like, I mean, like Bootsy. What he saying that love? That was crazy. Go ahead.
I love you, God, but can't put that in the sport.
Right. He was like, you going against what you say.
Right.
By telling me I can't eat pork. Ain't you supposed to provide for me? Like Bootsy, he think he love God and he fear nobody but God. But how is that possible when God say don't eat pork and you saying, F you, God, you giving the middle finger to the Most High over pork.
Right. Good.
You don't fear the Most High. So your days as a shadow. You don't fear him as much as you think you fear him.
Right.
You know, and he went on repeating it for like 5-10 minutes.
Right.
He like, shit, my whole family eat pork. I'm gonna keep eating pork. Like somebody that was there was like, you know, you ain't supposed to be eating pork. You know, that's God say don't eat pork. And he got mad at God. Like, dang, he looking up, he's like, God can tell me, son, stop eating pork.
Right.
Like, what?
What?
And he think he can do that because God gonna be like, all right, you right. I'm sorry. You ain't had to give me the finger though. You crazy. That's God ain't your homie. Like that's what they fella realize. You get your finger to your dad and watch what the hell he do. Right. He think he can give his middle finger to God because that's his homeboy. And God just going, hey, Bootsy, yo, stop eating pork. I told you. All right, you right. My bad. Nah. So Bootsy, you didn't, what he beat? What he was on dialysis at one point or something? I know he beat cancer or something. Like he didn't been through some stuff, but now it's, you better hope the next time you get cancer, you beat that. Because you could be here one day and going the next. And now I just seen Bootsy at the mall yesterday. That's crazy. He what? Damn, that's crazy. Like, yeah, man, that's Christians for you. Is there any more?
Wow, sir.
That's it. What verse was that?
Verse 13, sir.
Read verse 11. I know what somebody's missing.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8, and verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. What do that mean? Go ahead.
Paraphrase, sir, the Most High is slow to anger.
Right. So what does it mean that sentence is not executed expediently? Well, speedily. Go ahead.
I mean, the Most High will get you when he's ready to do it.
No, I mean a sentence not executed expediently. Go ahead.
Your judgment won't come. Okay.
You right there.
If I could, sir, it's kind of like when you go to trial here, like in a worldly fashion, like in Esau's court.
Mm-hmm.
You could be sentenced, or you have a time where you can be found guilty of the crime, and then your sentencing could happen a year or two later.
Right. So meaning because your judgment is not coming fast, they look at it like, well, I'm gonna be more wicked because obviously nothing happened yet because what I'm doing is right. So it's setting a heart to do more evil. Read.
Come. Therefore, the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Verse 12. Though a sinner do evil 100 times.
Well, therefore, the heart in the Son of Man is fully set in them to do evil. Like Booty that ate pork so long, he don't think that there's nothing wrong with it, so he's going to keep eating pork.
Right.
You know, D. Wade grew up around homosexuals and no homosexuals. If someone want to be a homosexual, nothing happened, so there's nothing wrong with it. So therefore, they're going to be set out to do fully evil, meaning what? They're going to be set to get that sex change for that little boy. He's going to go on every TV show in America and talk about his son as if it's something special. What is so special about that, man? I guess because he's 12, they looking at it like that's a brave thing for him to do. But no, like they would investigate if a 12-year-old say that they're in love with a 22-year-old. They want to investigate that and find out why. They feel like the 12-year-old was manipulated into doing it. They come up with all types of theories. 12-year-old could be on the stand crying like, no, I love him. And, you know, that's my husband and I want to be with him. It's not wrong. He's still going to do jail time, even though you got that little 12-year-old saying that that's my husband. Right. They would do a fully investigation. But with this 12-year-old, they embracing it and they cool with it. Oh, he's saying he want to be a girl when he did research. Like what research you seen that made you think, oh yeah, this is what's up. This is there. Like, this is what I want to be. Like it don't come that easy. It don't come that easy. Let me see. That's the end of verse 11, right?
Come.
Right. All right. And we ain't, no questions in the room, right?
Yeah, precept, sir.
Oh, go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 11 through 12. Envy not the glory of a sinner, for thou knowest not what shall be his end.
Envy not the glory of a sinner. You don't know what's the end. Like, don't be mad at the glory that these sinners is getting. Like, you shouldn't be mad, really, at Dwayne Wade's son for all the love that he's getting, all the attention that he's getting, because trust me, the ending to this is going to be something. It's going to be a show to see.
Right.
Is somebody out front?
No.
All right. The envy. You shouldn't envy the glory of a sinner, because that ending to that glory, man, it's going to be something to see. So it ain't no questions online, right?
Lies.
All right, 8:56. All right, so I'm gonna click the class then. So with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to Priest and Officer Yediah.
Give Officer GEN.YAHANNA a strong hand. All right. That being said, we're the I.S.U.P.K. Start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yahanna. Rule for new brother or sister: when a new brother or sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe is a commandment. You can read about this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18 and verse 21, in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10, by Isra, which means tenth in Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase of any kind the Most High gives you, give to the Treasury Department. Priest fund, free will offer for the priest, not mandatory. Whatever amount you like to give. Upcoming holy convocations will be the Feast of Purim, the 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month, Saturday, March 7th, and Sunday, March 8th, 2020. You can read about that in the book of Esther, chapter 9, verse 20 to 31. Remind all Akim and Akwaf to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, headband, and scarf. And with that, I admonish you with me to stand. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Madam Shabbat, Admadi, Barak, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shabrak, Yahshua Class.